Diamond 4. Laning especially. I think there are quite a few things to work on. Yeah, that guy said he was on Snapchat and AFK. Yeah, it didn't matter really. This is my first season in Diamond, and I don't know. At the middle of the last season, I decided to one-trick Caitlyn, and yeah, I played Caitlyn to Diamond. Yeah, it feels good when you reach it, but now I don't know. I wanna. Yeah, nah, I wanna. I'm not. I'm a bit humble in that regard. I wanna see how far I can go. I don't know if I can climb higher. At least yeah. At least I'm out of the Diamond 5, the notorious Diamond 5 elo. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Just a shove. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not hitting them at the moment. Missing. Yeah, I know, I know. No, dude, don't say that. It, yeah, I see. I was thinking, she just traded with me auto attacks there because she wants to trade cleanly with her E, killing a minion and getting free damage. So I don't know. You think that's too far because my Lulu is trading and I should be trading too then? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he walks for. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We can get the flash out. It's not. Yeah, but there are some issues. Like when I wait, can you pause right there? Um, I sometimes no, just in general pause because I want to explain something. Um, when I shove the wave and as Caitlyn, you just because you outrange everybody, you can just hit the turret and get first blood turret if everything's going well. Then you go mid and you take that turret or then top. And maybe you swap with your top laner. But I don't know, you're so um, like when they gank you, especially Hecarim. I hate Hecarim. I used to permaban him, but he's not that popular anymore. So I ban Graves instead, or Fiora. but or even Kog'Maw recently. I don't know. He's strong. Um, but Hecarim is so snowbally. When he gets one kill, he gets his fucking Trinity Force and his jungle item, and then I don't know, he can solo carry. And especially when there is a Hecarim, I'm a bit afraid of pushing like this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Do you sometimes track the jungler? Are you good at that? By counting CS, This I'm not good at it. I don't. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, but like, um, do you sometimes go tab like when I tab someone in this game to count the CS and look at the camps that are up and look if there's incentive to for the jungler to go on one side of the map?
Yeah. So
Yeah. Hmm. Okay.
and he's
Because
there,
you
right?
can't
Yeah,
say
yeah,
for sure.
right. Yeah, yeah. You can't know for sure. You can't know for sure. Um. So yeah.
I don't know. I'm not that kind of player, that flames, but I
Oh,
was a
did you
bit,
say something?
yeah, I typed in chat.
Uh.
It was not toxic really, but it was a bit salty, I think. Because
And
it's
understandable.
always the same that if a Hecarim is in my game, he always gets fed. I don't know. It might be
Yeah.
a bit subjective that, oh wait, there's a mistake by the way,
Okay.
probably.
Yeah. 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 Um.
I want to ward because my trinket efficiency is stupidly bad, and
I think you let Lulu go first.
yeah,
This.
yeah.
It looks like you're gonna have to flash to me. If he flays your E, you're gonna have to flash anyways. So
Spoiler alert, this is going well for us, but it's still a mistake, I think.
yeah. It's not. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's back it up. If you ever want to do this, you make this guy face check, because
Yeah.
you can put traps down if they go on Lulu. Like you have like 3 traps, right? You can
Mhm.
put a bunch of traps down. But if you go first, there's no way to win, right? So if this Lulu refuses to go, then you just can't go ward.
Yeah.
So that's my two cents. I think you know that though, right? So this
Yeah,
is
it makes sense.
yeah, this is like this is again like the worst case. If you don't see them on the map, what are they doing, right? You have to guess. You know, they're like sitting in a bush for me. Oh wow, you guys killed this guy somehow.
Yeah, that's why I said it's going well.
Yeah, he
but
took a tower shot. Yeah, okay.
it shouldn't go well.
This should not have, yeah, this should not have gone well. Maybe during your retreat you can put down traps, right? You can EW. I
Yeah.
think you did do EW.
I did.
You can
but
also
I've-
W flash as well. For another
Yeah,
option
yeah.
maybe. If you wanted that, right? Instead of auto attacking. Auto attacking is not going to do anything against the Thresh at least. So one of those options maybe. But yeah, don't try not to face check first. Always let your support go first with a tank.
It was maybe a bit brain AFK because it's kind of obvious. Like, where should they be else?
Yeah. Oh, this Hecarim is could be coming for you, by the way. I saw him like mid, kill someone mid. He's like level 5.
Mhm.
Nah, he probably can't kill you guys. So you just gotta be careful when the Thresh comes though, because he could be here. I'm thinking that he could be here immediately.
Yeah. I was watching mid too, but now the greed is going.
Oh yeah, okay. So this, when I see this, I would not keep going.
It's so
I see
bad.
mid is missing, jungle's missing. You guys can't win because they bought and healed. So if he flays you, you guys are screwed, right?
Yeah, he failed the play.
Like,
but this
the-
could go so bad.
Yeah, so I know what the thinking is. Like first blood tower is like super important. But honestly, in solo queue, dying for the first, like if there's any risk of dying for a tower, don't do it. In my opinion, it's just not worth. Right? Like the monetary, like the money is nice, but like 95 times out of 100, you're gonna win and lose fights not based on your items, but based on how you play it, right? Do you hit your abilities? Do they hit their abilities, right? That's the 500 gold is not gonna decide that. So that's why I think that if you go for a tower, there should be 0 chance of dying, and this is like a non-zero chance. I think. I feel like they can kill you here, but
Especially
you get
in-
away.
Like, when you play this 100 times, I will die
Yeah,
95 times.
exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. You play.
It's like the wrong play, I just get through with it.
Yeah, so I think so far it's like pretty good, except the time when you face check this bush, and going for that tower I think is a little dangerous, but I think it's like play safer. You know how to punish, you know how to poke, you know how to push, you know how to hit the tower and create pressure, but you're a little overzealous, if that makes any sense. Like going a little,
Yeah.
like just a little bit too much, and that gives them an opening to punish. So you wanna close those gaps. It's like a little bit. It's like all you have to do is keep doing what you're doing, except keep in your mind that like if they're like not, if I can't see them on the map, they're like in this bush next to me.
Mhm.
Try and imagine it like that.
So I don't give them openings for coming
Exactly.
back. or-
Zero openings. Look at this. Like look at this. You know how to punish on Caitlyn. It's very clear. You have like a lot of experience on Caitlyn. All you gotta do is now not die to any of this bullshit that might happen, right? So I think the decision to stay bot is still very good, right? Not much you can do unless you want to swap with Shaco.
Yeah, he didn't offer to swap.
Yeah,
then
that's
I
honestly
know
that's
it.
fine. You can stay bot. I think this is just kind of awkward because your mid laner died. So once you push this, you can't do anything. Once you push
Yeah,
this, you just like go.
You're gonna
ward.
see. You will see. I will roam mid lane with my support, and I will just take one cannon minion, and then I go bot again. This is so awkward for me.
You don't have. Oh, see. Okay, see. When I see this Hecarim, well, actually, I don't know. Your jungler's dying too. Okay, this is so weird.
That literally was so toxic.
When I see this and I see you have no control mid, you can't go through this path, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
You saw me clicking the other way, but then I
Yeah.
saw mid lane. You know, saw those two.
Yeah.
Oh my
be
God.
be like super paranoid. Pretend like this guy's gonna kill you, right? Pretend this game is a horror game and all these guys are like monsters. You have to be super paranoid. Paranoid.
Yeah,
Like, you just it's so dumb how they can just kill you here, but that's the reality of this game, right? Especially AD carry in the early game. There's nothing you can do. You're just gonna die here. Like one misstep out of place and you die. Wow, actually they don't even go for you. They go for the Lulu.
Thresh tried it, but he didn't.
Yeah, if you're Lulu, does something like this, you either back ping if you realize, or you just let him die. Like there's no saving him, right? So it's good. It's good that you live, but be careful about no vision enemies. Is it honestly like all of your mistakes so far that's it. It's just that you don't know where they are, so you have to guess. You have to assume that they're in the bush next to you. Whatever spot is bad for you, they're in that spot. Every time. If you watched LCS today, Sneaky C9 versus Immortal, Sneaky face checked like 3 times, and then Cloud9 lost, right? So it's like it happens to everyone. So it's definitely not just you, but you can definitely be the guy who never falls for that ever again.
Yeah.
So just a simple fix. Assume they're in the like this Kalista has to assume this Nid's in here, right? Because if she doesn't, she's gonna die, right? So easy. All you gotta do is be paranoid. Be a paranoid man. Pushing this seems good. Like here, I'm assuming Kalista's in here as well. So if you can 1v1 her, pushing up is fine.
I can't 1v1 probably.
Then backing is fine. Another trick you can do if you didn't want to back is you can freeze this. For one more wave, right? But it's if you didn't want to do that, then this is fine as well, right? It's gonna push back towards you. This is gonna push back towards you, so that's okay.
Can you pause?
Oh yeah, sure.
I think I'm still in that mindset that I'm Caitlyn and I have to push down turrets, and since bot lane is down, I have to shove it in bot, go mid, shove there, wait, or look for the wave bot. When it shoves back into me, I go bot lane, then I shove that wave out and go back mid lane again. You know this.
Yeah, that's like a cookie cutter strategy for Caitlyn who won lane, right?
Yeah, but is it right to still go for this trick? Because I could freeze the wave and I could deny Kalista CS.
If you have total control over the map, yes. But the thing is, you don't, right? Because mid lane's like absolutely lost, and this Hecarim can kill you on site, right? So going between the 2 lanes is like very unsafe, right? So here, I would have pushed this out, backed, and go top, because Yorick can't really stop you. So if it's you, Lulu, sitting in a bush and Shaco baits, or Shaco slow pushes into tower, you can go for that tower. It's just that sitting bot isn't gonna do anything for you. Like, that strategy is good in many scenarios, but this is not one of them. And you can recognize when it's good, just by like seeing how is mid doing and how is their jungler doing, right? Because mid and jungle will like decide how much control you have over like this side of the map, right? So like I know what you're talking about. It's like really good strategy. Like you'll like out farm the other AD carry, you'll start pushing down mid tower, but sometimes the strategy falls flat.
Okay, so but was it another question, would it be worth letting tier 1 bot lane go down for me roaming top lane and taking tier 1 enemy top lane?
So if you go top and take this tower and then they take your tower, you're saying is that worth?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the question.
Oh, okay. So the idea behind like this swap or this gank is that you're trying to gain an advantage, right? So say you got first tower and then you go top and then you take their tower and they take yours. That's like an even trade, right? But you're still ahead of tower. So you have more control over the map than they do because they lost 2 outer towers. So that is already like a good, quote unquote, good trade. As long as they don't take a dragon off that and you can't get Rift Herald or something like that. That's like an extended version. But the what you're trying to milk out of this swap is that their top laner gets baited into trying to fight your top laner. And then you kill him and you take the tower. Because that will let you go into their jungle and take the second tower, right? Or maybe take the second tower. But yeah, being proactive is usually rewarded in solo queue when it comes to rotating around the map. Like the problem is if you go top and then you guys mess this up somehow and you don't get the tower, that's like bad, right? So you have to figure out, can we run down this lane and get something out of it? or you can just do a straight swap. Can Shaco defend against Kalista and whatever, and we push against Yorick and like Hecarim or something, right? Those are just some things you have to keep in mind in deciding, is it worth it or not. I can't tell you it's going to be worth it every time, or it's not going to be worth it every time, right? It's like,
Of course, it depends every time.
yeah, it's like you have to imagine it in your head, right? So what I'm imagining is that Shaco pushes up into their tower and starts hitting their tower. Then Yorick is like, dude, screw that. So he calls Hecarim and they both try to kill Shaco. Then you and Lulu pop out of the bush and hit Yorick and Hecarim so much that they can't defend the tower. So then you take their tower and then you run into their jungle. And then that's like what I'm thinking, right?
Okay.
So if you can imagine it, then that's like justification for swapping and something. And if you're wrong, then you'll learn from being wrong, right? Here, I think it's a nice
We
try.
tried to kill.
Yeah, but she knew.
warded.
That's fine. And you know Hecarim's not here because he showed top, which is fine as well. So push us in. Okay, what's going on here? This is what
That was so obvious, and I knew it. Like,
this is what I talk about the whole.
the map is dark. We didn't ward that deep. You know, that ward that we have right there in river is not gonna help us when a Hecarim is charging with 10k move speed, or Thresh with his Moby boots is coming. So that was totally obvious that we would die there.
Yeah, this is like, you can flash out, honestly. Oh wow.
Yeah, I got it away without flashing. Oh wait, no.
Oh wow. Oh, this is just a okay. So, the first mistake. Yeah, this, you already know, right?
This is obvious.
This is the first mistake, right?
This is bad as fuck.
I mean, you can say there's like a secondary mistake. You just honestly, you just like leave this guy to die. You flash net this guy and just walk away.
Yeah.
But I think the first mistake is more important. This just goes back to the whole ganking thing, right? The whole
Yeah,
if
the
they're not on
concept
the map,
of where are they?
right?
Yeah.
This is a good thing, because it's not that you're making one of each mistake. It's the same mistake. And so when you fix that, your whole gameplay will be improved like tenfold, right? You don't have to go around fixing like 5 different things. So
Yeah.
it's like good. It's like good. I don't see you making like different types of mistakes, right? So that's like a good thing for sure.
So far, yes.
So far, yes. But like think about it. If you fix those 4 mistakes, this game would be like perfect. And that's like insane. It's very hard to have like a perfect game. So
Well, if you go into detail, you may still see like CS mistakes.
well, for like Diamond 4, like I would say relatively perfect. How about that?
Yeah, but I don't know. If I wanna climb, I need to be better than Diamond 4, right?
Yeah. I'm like looking at this from like the next level perspective, from like where you want to go from here. Like for example, you want to jump from Diamond 4 to Diamond 1. That's like Diamond 3, Diamond 2, Diamond 4. They're honestly like all the same. So so from here to Diamond 1, if you don't get caught at all by any of this like ganking stuff, everything else is Diamond 1 level, right? From what I'm seeing so far, right? Everything else is Diamond 1 level. Actually, hold up, what's going on here? This is like a if it's not safe to defend the tower, don't do it. Okay, so here's my tidbit about towers, and this applies to Caitlyn especially, because a lot of Caitlyn players will think, I have to hit this tower, right? Like you went for the tower bot. I told someone earlier this today, but whenever you see an important objective, I want you to think, is this safe? So for example, an objective would be a tower, right? If you're at the enemy tower, ask yourself, is it safe to hit this tower? Or is it safe to be here? Like, should we be pushing right now? If you can die to like a Hecarim flank, you just start running immediately back to your tower.
Yeah.
This goes the same for dragon. Is this a safe dragon? Am I gonna die going for this? If you can die, stop doing the dragon and play to live, right? Same with Baron. Same with Rift Herald, right? When you see your own tower, is it safe to defend this, right? What's the worst that could happen? Can Hecarim run down this line and push me over, or ult over the wall? I want you to, every time you see a tower, beyond the like assume the enemy is in the worst spot possible. I want you to think that whenever you see a tower, is it safe for me to do this? And if it is, do whatever you're doing. If it's not, start running. So when I see this, it's not safe to defend this. Right?
Yeah, if I think about it, I always go for this mentality, or I always have this mentality. I can get away with this, you know. This is
Oh no, no, I kind of know, I kind of understand what you mean. It's just that when you don't get away with it, it's just like super sad.
mhm.
Um, you should have died there, honestly. I feel like you're getting very lucky this game,
Yeah.
to be honest. But right, this Talia did not play safe, so she died. Oh, actually, she killed
At
someone.
least she traded.
Oh, what the
Yeah.
hell? All right, actually that was good. But if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be there. So this is still unsafe, right? I'll just let this tower fall, like whatever. Wow, you're
We
gonna
kill
kill this
hacker
guy.
in there.
What the hell? Dude, what is going on in this game? Dude, I don't understand. Dude, maybe you know something I don't.
Diamond for a clown fiesta.
This is a sick trap, not gonna lie. Right?
Well, it was his mistake, right?
In his perspective, is it safe to hit this tower? It was not. It was not safe to hit that tower. Right? Look at this. Why is this Hecarim trying to hit the tower? Kalista has it already, right? Theoretically speaking. But anyways,
Yeah.
what's going on here? Yeah, you guys are gonna win this fight if they have no Hecarim, I think. Talia's on the way. Oh, this is. Oh wow, what the hell? Wait, they totally could have killed you. Okay, so when you're hitting any champion,
Yeah.
you need to figure out what is your lose and win condition, right?
Yeah,
How do
I
you
know.
how do you
What-
win this fight?
What is the threat?
No, yeah. What is the threat and how do you win? How do you lose? How do you win? So, I don't really know how you win. Here, you like bring her down to 50% and then you EQ her. That's like one way of winning, for example, right? If you can't see the win, you should not be fighting. And the lose here, I think you outdamage him, so you don't lose to Rend. But the lose here is you get knocked up by Thresh, right? Because if you get knocked up by Thresh, you get CC'd so long that you're gonna lose this damage fight. So if you don't have a plan for this Kalista ult, then you shouldn't be fighting. So you have to figure out how do I win and how do I lose. So once you figure out how you lose, once you figure out how you win, create a plan, and then figure out how. When you figure out how you lose, you counter their win condition with like flash or a dash or heal or sidestep,
Yeah.
right? Any of those or whatever works, right? Like for example, in competitive play, the win condition against a Kha'Zix is exhaust him. So the support will save their exhaust for when they jump in, right? For example,
Yeah.
if you need to have a plan. Like if this guy had knocked you up, you'd be dead, right? So
Yeah.
whenever you fight, it's like especially on Caitlyn, it's like very very scary because Caitlyn doesn't have an obvious win, if that makes any sense. You have to land all your abilities, or
Yeah.
someone steps on a trap. That's like a win. Versus like Ashe, her win is very obvious. You hit an arrow when they're like 75% health, and you can kill them. So with Caitlyn, it's more about preventing the lose than it is about finding the win. If that makes any sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Caitlyn
I-
especially, from my experience, it's not about how do I kill this guy. It's about how do I prevent my loss. And then once you prevented your loss, then you can't lose. You can only go even or win. So that's what I think for there. Oh yeah, this is awkward. Okay, so let's back it up. This is just like, yeah, Syndra's dumb, but this could be any champion mid lane and you'd probably die, right? It's just like, what's my win condition? You get her to like, 30% health and you EQ her or something, or actually you don't have E, so you can't actually kill her. And you can only like poke her down, and her win condition is press R on you. So all you have to do is stay out of flash R range if she has flash, or stay out of R range, right? So you should be playing to live above all other things. You should be staying alive no matter what. She even misses her Q. Like this, Syndra's stupid, but I think.
But
I
she's
think
fed
you know
at
that.
least. I mean, that's okay.
Even if she wasn't fed, I think you'd still die, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, even if she wasn't fed, because you healed as well. So, I don't know what's going on here. Everything after that is irrelevant to you. Let's fast forward. Okay, going in this direction is fine. You probably want to push mid here. Okay, hold up. What's going on here? What's the idea behind going this way? Okay, Krugs. Okay.
I want to keep up the jungle efficiency, so camp spawn
That's
or
fine.
maximize the gold, if you know what I mean.
This is fine. I think this is I think this is. So
It takes a bit of time to take the crux, though.
Yeah. Honestly, I would go mid here, but usually you just let your jungler farm the camps unless they're like useless. Cause like when you go down here, you can die to Hecarim, right?
Yeah.
So always you just gotta assume that.
But he's mid now. Now he shows
Yeah,
that.
but you didn't know that before you showed. So
Yeah.
it's just play to live. I think you know how to. I think you know how to play Caitlyn. It's just like you need to know how to never die. This is you just can't win this fight, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
it's good that you recognize that. That's very good, right? Good thing it wasn't warded. But,
Yeah, I thought about it afterwards. If there was a pink ward in this brush, I would be dead. But again, I got away with being greedy.
Damn, team's trying to surrender. So yeah, this is it's kind of unfortunate now. It's like hard for you to win, but I think it's still doable. Okay, wow. See, don't do what that Kalista did, right? If you can be like more consistent than your counterpart, you're gonna win, right? This guy like killed himself, like very clearly. It's very obvious. It's very obvious after the fact. It's always obvious after the fact. But what I want you to do for your games is always look at the map and say, all right, where are the missing people? Like who's missing, and where could they be? Like what's the worst? How do I die when they're missing? Because the only mistakes you made. Look at your farm, 184 21 minutes. That's like so good. It would be perfect if you didn't have those 2 deaths. What I want you to work on is literally never dying, especially to people missing on the map. I think that's the most important for you. People missing on the map. You need to like look at the map and be like, they're coming for me right now. You have to be thinking that they're coming for you, and you have to play like that. And also the whole objective thing. The secondary thing I want you to work on once you figure that out is it safe for me to be at this tower or not, or is it safe for me to hit this tower or not, right? Right here, is it safe for you guys to hit this tower?
We don't see Hecarim, we don't see Syndra, and Thresh is over. Yorick is over there.
It's like maybe not, but you can't hit the tower anyways because you have no minions, so you have to wait for minions. Don't even worry about your team. Worry about yourself. Is it safe for you? You don't care about your teammates. Your teammates can do whatever they want. Is it safe for you to be in this spot, right? So what if they're over this wall, for example? I would always let my teammates go first, and especially since you're the AD carry. That's like it's like your job to let your teammates go first, right? So anywhere where Syndra can like stun you over the wall is kind of dangerous, is what I'm thinking. Like here maybe, or something stupid like that. Always play. Yeah. Oh wow! Look, he was actually right there. Yeah. Always play. That could have easily been you, right? So always play to the worst case.
Can you go back? I didn't.
Yeah, he was
There's
legit.
There's some Skype thing over the minimap, so I can't see where Syndra came from. Did she pick up blue buff?
She flashed over the wall.
Oh.
Like over you guys like this between mid and blue buff. Actually, can you see that here? Between mid and blue buff, she was hiding in this bush down here.
Okay.
So yeah, that's like right next to you, right? So I want you to like trust me, you're gonna win all your games once you figure this out, because that's your only mistake, really. Like you like assume they're in the worst spot for you. Just always assume. Like pretend they're all trying to assassinate you until you see otherwise. Until you have reason to believe otherwise. Like you see them on the map, or they use their abilities on someone else. You have to assume they're going for you, right? That's like if you watch like lower ranked players who died at like Shaco and stuff, they're like, holy shit, Shaco's broken. But the higher ranked players won't die to it because they're assuming Shaco's coming for them, right? So that's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. And you're definitely gonna get way past Diamond 4, for sure, right? Look at this. This fighting is very good, right? No mistakes except for should have died to Syndra, right?
There's not much to
like that. I don't really have anything to teach you about Caitlyn, honestly. Like you know what you're doing. It's just that you need to now not die to stuff like that. Every action you take should also factor in like how can they kill me?
Yeah.
I think from now on, because you know how to. I think you know, like you know how to play the champion for sure. So this dragon isn't even worth taking, to be honest.
So yeah, I'm just aborting the
Okay, good,
take
good.
of the
Okay,
dragon.
good. Yeah, take the long way around. Good, 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 good. Very good, very good. If you can't defend the tower, don't try. Let's see, let's see. Okay, okay, what's going on here? Okay, when I see this, I'm like, team fight's over. I run, cause Hakram's gonna owe you. You're nid dive for free. You set trap here. You run this way, and then you net his ult, or you have to flash his ult. Oh wow. Okay, so he healed to someone else. So, you just. Okay. We can talk about this. So, when I see this, I'm just like, there's no way to win, right? I think here you should be setting traps everywhere. And on Caitlyn, it's like good that you can like you see that you can net him, and it's good that you hit it. But I think for Caitlyn, your net, once you hit them with a net, you're done.
Yeah,
you don't go back.
You don't have anything.
You don't go back, right? So you net as late as possible. When I see you go back, I'm like, the warning signs are going off in my head, because there are a lot of ways this can go wrong. In my opinion.
You're right. Oh my god.
Yeah. All it took was a simple heal, and he was out, or rather, he had you, because he had his teammates. Yeah, with Caitlyn, I don't know. With Caitlyn is like super. I think Caitlyn is just super hard to play. You have to like trap everyone. So I think when you team fight as Caitlyn, it's like focus on playing extremely defensive until you can kill someone without a doubt in your mind. 100%. There's no way. If that player is faker, he's still dead. That's what you should be thinking. It doesn't matter how good the player is, because I have calculated for everything he can do. So when you do this, it's like, this is really good damage, but now you can't chase this guy.
I should back up right now.
Yeah, you can't chase this guy. It seems easy, because you just crit this guy for 500 damage, and you're like, I can do it again. But that's how you like bait yourself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone for it if I didn't crit this guy, I think.
Yeah, that's funny how unlucky the lucky was, or something.
Heckrim, holy shit.
I think what might help you is, like, you know how to fight for sure. Now you just need to not die. Number one priority in any of your games from now on is not dying, no matter what happens. To ganks, to people missing, honestly ganks for the most part, and to playing around objectives, to team fights, you're not gonna die no matter what, right? I would rather see you miss a kill on this Kalista than you chasing and dying for it, right? That's what we're going for. You would rather, like, sure, if they get away with 100 health, dude, it's like whatever. You played in such a way that it was impossible for you to die. So it's harder for people to have self-control than it is for them to go full ham, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Right? It's easy to chase. Everyone does it. Anyone can do it. But it's hard to not chase. As funny as that sounds, it is hard to not chase. So I think as long as you work on not dying in like all your games, you're definitely gonna climb really fast.
Okay. But in this game, I was also thinking, how can we win else if I don't?
How can you what?
How can we win else?
Okay. This is what I want you to think. Some games are 100% unwinnable. Right? You need, just like this. Do you agree with me?
I agree with you.
So there are some games where no matter what you do, you cannot win, and there are some games where no matter what you do, you will win. Right? There's a small percentage of games where you cannot win, and some small percentage of games where you can win, and then everything else in between. So it's this is the hardest part to get across to people trying to climb. Your goal isn't to win games, all right?
Yeah, it's to reduce your mistakes.
It sounds dumb, but your goal isn't to win games. Your goal is to improve every game, because if you improve every game, you will win every game as a result, right? Like, it will clearly show that you're improving. But the player who plays to win and doesn't improve, those are the guys who are hard stuck. Those are the guys who say it's elo hell, right? Like everyone, like, let's be honest, everyone knows this, but we all like to complain about the people at our rank. I do it all the time. Everyone does it.
People which rank?
At every rank, right?
Okay.
Everyone complains about, yo, everyone at my rank sucks. Why am I still here, right?
Okay.
It's like, it's all about getting yourself better and screw everyone else. I don't like, whenever I play, I'm like, dude, I don't really care if I win or lose as long as I played well, right? Like, let's take, for example, a game I had today. I played a Caitlyn game, and I played perfect until the last death. And I was like, dude, that was a good game for me because I played as best as I could. I played to never die. I got every CS. Like, I literally played this as perfect as I could. And there's nothing I could have done to win, and that's fine by me. Right? It's all about, did I improve this game? And I think I did. I was working on my CS, so.
I actually didn't feel too bad after this game, to be honest.
That is
I
good.
think
That is good.
I didn't mess up too much, but yeah,
Compared to your teammates, you were a saint.
the same. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, this is already over.
Yeah, exactly, right?
It's nothing you can do here.
The way I think about it is I always have to be super harsh on myself because I'm the only guy who's going to care about how good I am.
Yeah.
So if I make a single mistake, I'm okay with the loss, right? At least
I saw on stream how you had this list where you note every mistake, and every type of mistake that you make.
Oh, yeah, my notes, right?
Yeah, this
like
one.
Here. Yeah. And I have a separate one for support as well. But right, this is when I'm like, why am I dying so much? This is how I figure it out. So for you, it'd be like, 1 trying to defend the tower, 1 chasing, and like 4 to ganks. So you should be working on ganks. I think. I suggest having this system, but you don't have to do this. It's just this helped me a lot. When I look at this, I like reorder it after like every game, and then I'm like, all right. So I died because I didn't have a plan when I fought, and I died because I chased. These are the 2 things that are killing me the most in my games. So over the course of the week, if these are at the top 2, I'm like, all right, we're gonna fix these. Like these next 5 games, we're gonna fix these top ones here. And stuff like this, that only happens once in 10 games. I don't worry about that.
Okay.
This is not. You have bigger fish to fry. If you die to this, like I don't dive poorly that often, and I play to live a lot. So it's these things that I need to work on, right? So for you, it'd be the whole ganking thing. The whole the whole people missing on the map are coming for me kind of thing.
Yeah. Another thing I want to know is, are my masteries and runes on point? Like, and when do I take what? Because I just look at when I have a game. This NA.
Oh.
On op.gg.
Yeah. Wait, this is NA?
No, EUS.
EUS. Okay. This is my zone. So, I haven't played too much Caitlyn yet, but I think Warlords is pretty good, cause my whole style is play to live, right? Like never die. So I don't need more damage on fervor, right? Like Caitlyn did not take fervor before the Warlords change.
True.
So my thinking is that, this new Warlords is gonna help me not die because I just hit someone and run away. So I think Warlords is pretty good, from what I've seen playing Caitlyn. So I don't ever take fervor. Also, I've noticed that whenever you're playing Caitlyn, you like rarely, like not you like as a player, but when anyone plays Caitlyn and they kill someone, it's not because they auto attack them to death. It's because they hit like their trap and their net and their Q, right? Yeah. So I'm like, dude, I don't want this fervor stack. Dude, I don't need this shit. So I take Warlords. But in terms of like runes and masteries, we can take a look. For runes, I just run standard AD, attack speed, armor, magic resist. I get flat magic resist. I think it's important to get flat because you take runes to win lane. You take runes to help your laning the most, right?
Okay.
'Cause you can make an argument for like Ezreal 10% cooldown or something, but even then I still take magic resist. I think it's really important to have the best runes possible for lane. In terms of masteries, I think these are fine. I take like 1 point in vampirism,
Yeah, one.
but
Yeah,
that's
I know that.
honestly it's like whatever. Battle chance is like you don't want double edge, so battle chance is good. This is good. Like I have no problems with these, honestly. It's more about like the in-game playing, right? Like if you had 9, 12, 0, I don't think the gameplay would have changed as much, honestly, right?
Yeah.
It's about how you play rather than the kind of build you do. So
But still, it puts me closer to the 100% perfect.
this is
perfect
true.
mark
This is true.
If I optimize my runes and masteries.
You'll also come to realize though that other players prefer different runes and masteries than others. Like for example, I know Deft will always go 12 in cunning, and Bang will often go 12 in resolve. Right? It's also about like your kind of play style. So I really like the summoner spell cooldown. So to increase my survivability, everything I take is to like increase my survivability. Basically, if you die 0 times, you're gonna win that game. Pretty much always, right? So that's what I always aim for. Just like minimal deaths every game. Like if you take a look, the games I lose are the games where I have multiple deaths, and that's like every 80 carry. You never see 80 carries consistently win when they have like 5 deaths or more, right? Oh, this is not the right. I forgot. This is
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah. Anyways, but you know what I mean, right? So
Yeah, I know, but I still wanna know if I can optimize things. So build wise, I go for the standard build path,
Mhm.
but I try to do a different. I do some things differently. So first, I almost always buy Phantom Dancer if there's. I only go rapid fire if they have heavy pokecoms, like if there's no one chasing me or going onto me in close range, I will take rapid fire. But otherwise, I take Phantom Dancer. And the other thing, I sometimes do it, not much as of late, but before that, when I when I have my Runans and my boots, my greaves,
Mhm.
I pick up BF sword and pickaxe, and then I will go for my second attack speed item, whether it's Phantom Dancer or Rapid Fire, and I will complete IE after that. And I've run the math for this. I've done the math, and it almost goes even in terms of DPS.
I think that all right. I can give you my thoughts on this, but
Mhm.
take it with a grain of salt. So, I think for the build path, I think Phantom Dancer and Rapid Fire are very similar, and I think as long as you can reason it out like you just did, I think it's fine. Like I take Phantom Dancer like half the time as well, and my reasoning is if they can hit me, I want to take less damage, and I don't need the Rapid Fire to do more damage. So that's like my reason. I don't need extra range or whatever the reasoning is. If you can reason it out and it works in your games, I think that is good. So I think if it works, dude, if Phantom Dancer is like really working for you, then I think you should build it, right? But for the BF pickaxe into the double Zeo items, I think there are issues with that. One, for example, is if you do that, if you have BF pickaxe and then you build Runons and then you're working on your second Zeo item, and then the enemy tank has 2 armor items, you need to build a Last Whisper, but you have no item slots, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to end up selling Doran's Blade, or then you can't carry pink wards. That's like a big problem, I think. So
Okay.
that
Yeah.
and I think that the Infinity Edge is pretty important when you finish it, right? It gives you the unique passive is like super good. I know it probably feels better to do more attack speed earlier, but
It's not only that; it's just the build path is very nice. Like Infinity Edge, the gold value of Infinity Edge increases with every percentage of crit chance that you have, and before you or Infinity Edge on its own, it's not really gold efficient, but when you finish your 2 Zeal items, you have 70%, I think, and then it's pretty gold efficient. So that's the reasoning. It's not very close to the game, but
I think if it works for you, then by all means, honestly, dude, honestly, it's all about getting the win percentage higher, right? I would just only caution against it if they have tanks. Is my 2 cents. If they have no tanks, I honestly see no problems with doing something like that, right?
okay.
I'm just concerned if they did have like tanks, for example, like this Poppy. How do you kill this Poppy if you end up only hitting her the whole time? So I would be very cautious about that. It's honestly, as long as you follow some guidelines, you can build whatever the hell you want, right? So one of these like golden rules is you need a Last Whisper when they have 2 armor items or 1.5 armor items, right? That's like a golden rule, right? You need that every time. Otherwise, you're gonna end up losing games if you hit their tank the whole time and you can't kill them fast enough. Another golden rule would be like if you're super fed, you start building defensive. If you no longer need damage, you build defensive. Yeah. And another golden rule is if your team is like doing all the work and you're useless, and all you need to do is get a GA to bait out their assassins, go for it, right? If you don't need damage, if your team doesn't need damage, then you can feel free to build defensive. But it's like if you're behind, you become a threat as soon as possible. So you build damage. If you're super far ahead, but build defensive so that if you make a mistake, you're still gonna win. And Last Whisper, when they have 1.5 armor items, so like a Sunfire and a Ninja Tabbies, or at the very least, you need it at 2 armor items, like Gauntlet and Randuin's or something like that, right? So as long as you follow those guidelines, dude, anything goes, right? I think anything goes as long as you follow those guidelines for AD carry at least.
Okay.
As long as you're not building like Black Cleaver first or something. That doesn't follow like damage first or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think about tabbies on Kate?
I think situationally, right? Like looking at this team, maybe, right? They have some like stupid Twitch jungle shit going on, and then Draven. So maybe like tabbies would be good, and a Gangplank, right? Okay, so if you're against 580 on the other team, I would say it's reasonable to buy it, right? It'd actually be very good. So say that a Gangplank, Draven, Twitch, and like Kha'Zix and like Rengar, some stupid composition like that, right? Like why not buy a tabbies? You don't need the damage. I don't think like Berserker Greaves is like really good on Caitlyn, but if you absolutely need that armor, I see no problems in buying that armor for your boots.
Okay.
It's very situational, right? Like in this case, like this tabbies could have been good in this game too. Kalista, Hecarim, and Yorick. It's just you always have to be able to reason it out, in my opinion. You just have to be able.
Okay, so in this game, I did not go for tabbies because I have Lulu to protect me, and I don't know. Maybe that's enough reason.
I always say never depend on my teammates. So that's my reason. Even though she can like ult you and stuff, it's like I'm always trying to be self-sufficient in solo queue, right?
Okay, I see. Seems good.
Any other questions or concepts you want to go over or review?
Let me see. What do you think about, like, let's say you play Caitlyn and you're against a Malzahar, and you have a defensive support like Jenna or Lulu or whatever, and you have your comp. Your comp is low damage. You have 2 tanks maybe, and that support. That supporter, that natural supporter, Um, and the enemy has Malza. Do you think it is an option to not go for QSS and go Bloodthirster instead?
Yeah, sometimes when you are like the only damage source, um, you sometimes have to forego like defensive items, right? And then you have to play super safe and
Hmm.
just not get Malzahar ulted. Or if you do, your team kills that Malzahar like immediately or stops that ult immediately,
Yeah.
right? So it is correct to sometimes forego defensive items if you are like the only guy on your team who can like do anything. Uh, so yeah, to answer your question, yes. But I don't know about like specifically Bloodthirster. It could be something else, right? It
Yeah.
always depends on what you need, I think.
Because I don't know, I hate games where I have to go skim because Bloodthirster is just makes you so tanky, and you're not just useless when you're half HP because you can hit a tank for 4 times and then you're full life again.
Agreed. I also hate it when I have to build a QSS. It's just like, dude, that's like 1,300 gold. Just like, come on, man. I'm already strapped for money as is. But it is sometimes it is correct to forgo it. You just have to be careful that they can suppress you, right?
Mm,
Or CC you or whatever. As long as you're playing around that, you're good to go.
okay. Mm. And is there is there any AD carry currently that where I should not have this punish mentality, or is there maybe any situation where I should be like, no, I don't push for first turret and I stay back in lane, or I just try to freeze the wave just
Um,
before my turret?
So 80 carries. Actually, honestly, Caitlyn is like the only one who you feel, well, who I feel like, you need to push in, or you just like you're not fulfilling your purpose. I think all the other 80 carries can do whatever they want. Like for example, Ezreal can look for a push advantage, or he can farm into the tower. Twitch is the same way. Kog'Maw is like the same way, right? I think
Mm,
any other champion besides Caitlyn, um, it feels like a good option to not go for the push strategy. Um, so to answer your question, like everything else,
okay, okay.
yeah. Like
Uh,
whenever I play Twitch, I usually only last hit, and I really only push if it's like super obvious that I should. Like if they have a thresh or a blitz, I'm just like, dude, I don't want to deal with that. I'm not gonna push. So
um, and do you know that situation when you play against Ezreal in lane and you trade one, like you trade 1 for 1, or maybe you even kill Ezreal,
mhm.
and then you have to uh, then you base, and then he gets his tier and gets what he wants essentially, and you as Caitlyn have maybe pickaxe, yeah, probably pickaxe and maybe a pot or whatever. Isn't that a very bad trade because you want to delay Ezreal's tier purchase as much as possible?
Even though he bought his tier and you only got a pickaxe, it's still very good because the gold differential, the XP differential, and Ezreal is losing out when he buys that tier, anyways. Like no matter what, so it's like it's either good or better for you. It's true that backed with like he backed like earlier in a sense, if that makes any sense. But honestly, I think Ezreal does not look to spam tier stacks. So getting that tier earlier doesn't mean anything, in my opinion.
Okay. So, because I think if in the Kate Ezreal matchup, I always feel like Ezreal is always somewhat potent and useful because he just stands in lane and gets all the CS unless I block it with my body or my support blocks it, and it's really hard to take advantage of Ezreal being behind sometimes.
The
I feel
way,
like just
yeah,
person.
my advice would be the whole pushing strategy, right? Since Ezreal is weak, like relatively when he buys that tier, the pushing strategy is definitely still effective because you can bait their jungler to come, and since he's Ezreal with the tier, he does less than another AD carry would, if that makes any sense. Like you're free to push him in the whole time and like hit his tower and make him like make him feel pressure to do something to stop you from hitting his tower. Or alternatively, you can poke him under tower and then go for a dive, or a mix of the two, right? It's that when you play against an Ezreal and he like has that tier and he's just like spamming Q from a distance, you should be pushing him in if you can, to make him miss CS and lose HP on his tower. So.
Okay. And two more things. When I shove against an enemy, whatever it is, whoever it is, rather, would you put all your traps down? You have 3 traps early on that don't recharge the S quickly. Would you put them down under the turret to just pressure your enemy and make him miss the S? Because if you play Caitlyn yourself, it's not really, you don't feel like you put a lot of pressure, but if I play against Caitlyn and they do that, it really, you can feel the pressure that those traps put on you when they are next to your turret, you know?
I know what you're saying, and from my experience, I don't put all my traps down.
Yeah.
And here's my reasoning. So, if you can see my screen, I have 3 traps right now, right?
Wait. Yeah?
So, hold up, see if I can push in. But what I do is I'll always hold on to at least 1 trap for a gank, right? Or 2 traps. Another trap puts in the invisible spot at the tower, right? Another trap at this corner. So you have 2, you use 2 traps and you have 1 more. And 1's for the gank. That's what I would do. But I won't use all of them because once you push this in and then his minions start coming, he's just going to step on like all the traps or something stupid like that, right? And then if you try and hit him, then his jungler comes or something like that. So I think that you should be using your traps judiciously, if that makes any sense, right? I don't really use trap that often. Let me see if I can find a good example of me pushing in and then putting traps down. Hold up, let me see. Let's go to this one. This is actually against Ezreal. So let's go to here.
But you seem to use your traps quite frequently.
That was a mistake. I accidentally level trap level 1, so I was using that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a mistake. So.
Oh, by the way, I'm leveling. Put 3 points into Q and then I max W.
I think that's fine. I started doing that and I think it feels fine to me. Right here, I'm not putting my traps down because I know that I have to deal with this wave. So I always put it in the invisible spot, right? That's about it. And here when they walk up past this area, I'll put it down. But beyond that, I'll just stop the gank. I'll save them as much as I can to stop the ganks. I'll just put it in the super punishing spots and then save the rest for ganks. Is what I do, right? So you don't. Okay. I don't like put it in front of his tower or anything. If you see me use another trap, it's gonna be in the invisible spot, right? Like right there, or right. I do not put all of them down. Is what I'm saying. So.
Okay. Yeah. That's the TLDR. Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes I really struggle with back timings because sometimes I want to go base and because I have the perfect amount of gold for my next item, and I can't shove in, or I don't have enough gold, and but now there would be a perfect time frame for me to go base, but I don't have enough gold yet, so I would have to stay for another wave. Then I miss the back timing, Then the enemy goes back to lane, and if I go base, I lose minions.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So my philosophy behind back timings is, let's take the example you just said. You have a perfect time to back, but you have nothing to buy or nothing good to buy. I would not back, unless I needed health and mana.
Okay.
I think you should back when you have a meaningful buy, and by meaningful, is very subjective, right? So BF sword on a first back, that's a meaningful buy.
Yes,
but cull on a first back, that's not very meaningful, right? Later in the game, completing items is meaningful, but buying components is less so. For example, so stuff like that. Like say like it's 50 minutes in and you're back for a crit cloak. That's not very good value, right? Instead, you want
Yeah.
to back when you complete like that 6th item, for example. So it's very situational and subjective. But whenever I back, it's because I have a perfect time because I like shoved in, and I have something meaningful to buy. B, I need to buy this meaningful thing so we can fight a dragon. So I'll lose if I have to lose minions for it. I will. Or C, I'm not gonna back, unless I have to, because of HP or whatever. And I'll just sit in lane and keep farming it until the next opportunity, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
whenever you back, realize that you're losing pressure in CS on the map. So you better get some item out of that or something good out of that.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's against Jin, for example, or when lethality was a bit bigger, or more relevant,
Mm-hmm.
when there was the Jin Varus meta, for example, it was always so mean. Like they could go for Serrated Dirk, 1.1k gold, and I had maybe the same amount, and I couldn't go for a BS sword, and that felt really bad.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Serrated Dirk is even, you can argue, I think, for Serrated Dirk being better than BF sword for some cases.
I agree. Which is
And
why
that's so bad.
that shit was so broken. That's part of the reason why it
Mhm.
was so bad. Oh yeah. What you just said just outlined one of the problems with the armor pen meta, right? You saw no one was playing Caitlyn because all the other options were better, and that was one of the reasons.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they have a meaningful buy and you don't, that's just unfortunate. So yeah,
So,
sometimes
but in that case, Jin recalls, you would have a good time to recall as well. But you have 1.1k gold. Would you stay, or would you go for pickaxe?
if you can push it in and make him lose CS for his back, then you do it, and
You
then you
can.
back. If you can't
can.
push out, then something must have happened for like you say you're low health or something, and their jungle can gank you. Then you're just back, right? You just have to take it, right? There's nothing else you can do.
Okay. Feels bad.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Feels bad. But some kind of situation had to have led up for that to happen. So if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else? Otherwise, we can
Oh,
go with the wrap up.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up.
So, I think for your like next 5, 10, 15 games, however long it takes, what you should be thinking to yourself, I think you have 3 things that you can work on, and that'll take you to the next level easily. The first is play to live 100% of the time. Every
Okay.
option you do, everything you do results in you staying alive. All right. So no matter what happens, you're gonna live. Right. Any death, like this death, for me, that's a mistake.
Can you show
20
it to
minutes in the
me?
game. Yeah, sure. Even this is considered a mistake. I'm trying to bait the Yi, and I mechanically fail. So that's a death. I die in 3 hits. That still counts. Same with the Syndra ult. That still counts, right? So if you want to watch it again, it's pretty it's like pretty bullshit, but at the same time, you just have to deal with it because that's League of Legends, right?
Yeah.
So that's a mistake, right? So play to live. It's impossible to always live, right? Otherwise, you'd be like the best player in the world. But we can try to get close to that, right? The second thing, if you cannot see them on the map, I want you to look at the map as often as you can, like between every CS. Right after you kill a minion, look at the map, glance at it, and then say, all right, who's missing, and are they coming for me? Like, if they come for me, am I dead? I want you to focus on that because that'll help you with point number 1. Because from the replay you showed me, everything was good except for that kind of thing, right? You just got like surprised by a bunch of people coming out of Fog of War. So I think if you can fix that, you'll just like start winning an insane amount of games. Third one is like less important, and it's in the same line as the other 2, but for especially at objectives, ask yourself, can I die if I do this? Like, can I die if I defend this tower? Like what? Like assume the worst. Yeah, exactly. Is this dangerous? If it is, you stop doing it. I don't care if your team is still on it. I want you to live, even if they all die.
Okay.
If you find out at the end that you should have stayed, then now you will know, right? But
Hmm.
if you stay and it was just a bad call and there's no way you could have like finished the Baron or whatever, it was just like you learned nothing from it except that your teammates were stupid, right? Which is what you expect. So
Okay.
no
Okay.
matter no matter what, um, no matter what, play to live. Assume enemy is coming out of fog of war to screw with you. They're always in the next bush over. Be a paranoid guy, and then lastly, ask yourself: is this safe around objectives? Any objective: tower,
Mhm.
Baron, dragon, Rift Herald, even buffs to an extent. So yeah,
Okay.
that would be my assessment of your replay.
Okay. Can I say something to your coaching?
Mm-hmm.
Some feedback. I think you're pretty good. Like you explain things well, and um, obviously you know also know a lot. Um, but I think you should be a bit harsher. Sometimes, not sometimes. I think it's also good that you praise people for what they are doing well already. Um, but sometimes you can be a bit harsher or at least say like you could, or a bit more. I don't know I don't know the term. Like
Maybe
when I miss one CS, and it was blatantly obvious, then you should point that out. Be a bit more picky. I think
okay,
that's the
okay.
term.
I think that's
Um,
good to know.
because sometimes I watched some coaching sessions with other players
Mm-hmm.
on your YouTube account, I think, and sometimes it made me as a viewer and maybe them as the players being coached feel like they're already very close to being good, and maybe that's the opposite of the truth, or maybe it's not very close to the truth.
Don't trust me. I know it sounds okay. So when I try and explain like when
Uh-huh.
things are going wrong, um, I'm looking at the big picture according to rank. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Um, so like for a bronze player, it'll be like a lot less specific than for you. Like yours is very specific. It's like, yo, watch out for those ganks. But like in your case, it's like once you fix that, you're already that's like what's stopping you from getting better at this point, in my opinion. But like
Yeah.
I can't. It's like hard to. I don't want to like divert your attention towards other things that are way beyond like whatever rank you're
What
at
I
right
should
now.
focus on.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I always try to avoid distracting from what people should be focusing on, right? Like for like bronze coaching, I don't tell them anything about CS. I'm just like, yeah, practice CS in customs if you feel like it, but don't worry about that yet, right? Because let's be honest, you can hop into a bronze game and miss every CS and probably still win.
Mhm.
Like if you like you personally or me personally, I like probably wouldn't have to farm and
Yeah.
still win, right? So, right, I'm always trying to focus on that, but I think it's good to know that I should try to be a little more picky or strict. So, it's good feedback.
I, I see your point. It does make sense in that regard. Um, Maybe it's a compromise,
Hmm.
Just sometimes you're not picky enough, maybe, or you should point more things out. And sometimes because it might help, if there's something, maybe a proactive play that I didn't go for, or that you saw, an opportunity that I missed, and you don't point that out because it doesn't, it might not strengthen my focus or not direct my focus on the right things, then you should maybe sometimes point it out. But sometimes it's good that you only make me focus on certain aspects that you think are important.
Good, good.
If
Okay,
that makes sense.
no, that makes a lot. It makes a lot of sense. I think from now on,
Okay.
I'll definitely try and do that more. I'll probably say something like, you don't need to worry about this just yet, but like maybe once you get past this certain rank, try and like work on this because this is what I
Yeah.
see. Right? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. No, that
Okay.
makes sense. Um,
If that helps you,
thank you for pointing that out.
don't take it
It's good.
personally
It's good to
or
get
whatever.
feedback because I don't get feedback most of the time. So I'm never really sure how I'm like really doing on this end. So thank you for that.
Yeah, but it seems quite good. I don't know. Have you done anything of that sort before?
Um,
Or have you maybe created a concept or whatever how you want to do this
wait
in general?
for
Coaching.
wait, hold on. What's the question? Sorry.
Um, have you done something like this, like coaching people or speaking to someone trying to improve anything, whatever? Have you done that before?
I mean, like a little when like people come for like school help and stuff or other, right? Like I used to help people do like computer science homework or like whatever.
Hmm.
I don't know. I find that it's like whenever like this like whenever I have like someone I'm teaching and they ever get discouraged, it always feels bad. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And they'll never like do as well as they could have. I think mentality is always like super important. Um,
Yeah.
so if you can give them the right like mental focus and like the right feedback, then they'll do a lot better than like the harsh feedback and like poor mental focus. Like I don't know. Like sometimes when I see other people like hammering mistakes or like laugh at mistakes, it's just like
Okay.
it feels bad, dude. I don't know. And they'll just like feel bad when they go and play, and then they're just like not play as well as they could have or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I mean I haven't really had any like formal teaching experience, but I mean whenever people come to me for help, I'm just like I help them, I guess, with like homework and stuff. Besides that, it's just like league.
Yeah. All right. Then I think I'm gonna let you go.
All right, sounds good. If you have any other questions or if you want to tell me how your games are going after trying out some of the stuff we talked about today, feel free to message me on Discord.
Yeah.
I'm always around and down to answer questions.
Okay. All right. Then thank you, buddy.
Dude,
We're...
no problem, no problem. I'm gonna go and catch some LCS now. So
Okay, okay. Then see you whenever, or maybe I'll write you some messages, whatever.
sounds good. I look forward
Okay.
to it, man. Thank you for the
Yep.
feedback again.
No problem, dude. Bye.
All right, have a good one.